Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's been a few weeks. Needless to say, we took some time off for the holidays. Let's just get into it. Let me go around real quick and let everybody know who you are, who you're playing in this particular Star Wars fucked up timeline game. We can start with Ray.
Hello, I'm Ray. You can find me at RedMageRay on Twitter. Super excited to be jumping back in as Zelkadar, our Grey Jedi Misery Guts. I'm looking forward to getting back into his headspace. This is going to be an absolute blast. That's it.
Okay. Kelly.
Hi, I'm Kelly. You can find me at MightyMurph28 on Instagram. I'm your friendly neighborhood Chadra fan / kleptomaniac named Snuggle. She's adorable and you'll love her. She's right now wearing Revan's mask. Soon, if she ever sees Nyla, she's going to want his too. She's starting to collect. She's kind of an agent of chaos, but she has a lot of fun. I'm so excited to get to her crazy brain again.
And our friendly resident droid, Mark.
Oh, I'm a druid. Oh, yes.
It's a droid.
Oh, right. Okay. No, that totally makes more sense. Yeah. Hi, I'm your host, Mark of Digital and Dice, and I am here playing GGE5, who is more than happy to do anything that is necessary to make sure that you are more than comfortable in your stay.
Wonderful. Babs.
Oh, hello. It is me, your friendly neighborhood Babs the Bat. You can find me around the internet on Twitter at Real Babs the Bat, on Instagram at Babs the Bat, because unfortunately I couldn't get them to be the same thing. And you can find me over on my channel, Chaotic Tiefling ATL. I do so many things. Just keep an eye on my social media and you'll find out where I am at any point in time and space. So, and I am playing your Ava, who is a recently former Sith assassin.
Reformed, right?
Not quite reformed. She's like 2 months and a time jump out. Well, to her, she's 2 months out of the order.
Ooh,
like she just
coin?
failed. So, yeah. Yeah.
Hannah, you're last.
Hi, I'm Hannah. You can find me on Twitter at Stop That Old Woman, and my character is Nis. I am a Shimbo type here to get wrecked and party. Trandoshan soldier, and basically the only thing I want to do in the world is just get totally messed up and protect Snuggle at all costs, because Snuggle's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. So yeah, that's where we're at.
You're my boy, Blue. Okay. Maybe you want to give a rundown of what's happened? And it's been a while.
Yeah.
We did a thing.
I've slept since then.
We found some people. And now we're running, I think. I don't remember.
We're running. So we went through. Do you want like an entire recap, or do you want like just the last session?
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Well,
how about since
last time
the jump?
The last time a lot happened. Just the last episode alone.
How about from Revan's ship to now?
Well, we kind of snuck aboard Revan's ship. There was kind of a battle. There was hyperspace type things, I guess, and then we woke up 10 years later, crashing on a planet. We had this awesome Wookiee named Buster who helped guide us. He died, but don't worry, we buried him. Our quest giver and Buster's boss was this piece of shit named Ein Arm, and he comes back and tells us that he was actually working for Darth Nihilus this whole time. Was it Darth Nihilus for sure, or was it Darth Replacement?
Did he even say he was working for them?
I wrote in here, Ein Arn works for a darn. So either I didn't get the name of it or it wasn't made clear. The original goal, like, of our entire arc from last season was to deliver Bastila to Revan. That was his original intent. That was what we were supposed to do. We didn't know that was our mission, but that's what happened. Anyway, we crash land on this planet. We some things were messing with the people of the planet, and there was a crystal. We destroy the crystal. The people are free, and then Revan's ship, Nihilus' ship, is heading towards us. We board the ship. Shots are fired. The village erupts, and Ava and Zell both feel the presence of hunger. And then we hit hyperspace. We are with the Mandalorian as well. So the Mandalorian who helped us before is with us now.
Not that Mandalorian, just a Mandalorian.
No, yeah, the Mandalorian who helped us before, like
Right.
pre-existing non-Disney Plus Mandalorian.
Siren Etta.
Yeah, what was his name?
Siren
Etta?
Etta. Yep.
Yeah, that was what I wrote down.
So you guys didn't destroy the crystal. I believe somebody has it in their possession.
I have the crystal,
I believe so.
and no,
I think it's
no,
in
we put it in GG.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yes, because
Yeah,
it was
because
full
I-
of
Yeah, it's in the fridge.
evil
Yeah.
dark power. Yes.
Yeah, Zell and I were just like, no way.
Oh. You took 2 dark side points.
It did.
Because you grabbed it.
Uh-huh.
And it was an ancient holocron. And
That's
why
right.
we put it in
That's
GG.
Yes. We got 2
You
things from
told
that
me
fight.
that I was doing this freaking recap before we went live. I would have had time to have done this.
You do the recap every time.
We got the holocron,
Well,
and then we
I
got that
needed more than
big
5
creature's weird saber as well. That's the other thing we got.
Right.
I hope that caught all of you up at home about it. Because that was painful for me.
As long as we don't refer to it as the flesh saber, I think we're all going to be okay.
Oh God. What?
Hashtag flesh saber.
But yeah, no, Ava, because I think I was like, I'll hold it, and y'all were like, but no. And I was like, it'll be
That
fine.
essentially was the entire situation. Yeah,
Yeah,
just,
and I was like, I'll be fine. And then
No.
y'all were like, no, let's put it in GG.
Yeah.
I took 2
put it in
dark
the
side
one that
points.
can't be affected by the Force. How about that?
Fine. It's just a holocron.
Yeah, it's
It's
just a hologram.
fine.
And now you jinxed it.
Not like there's any ancient technology that we don't quite understand that might or may not be able to interface with the droid. We don't know. It's fine. Everything will be okay.
You know what? Sometimes you don't have to worry about it unless you try to open it. So we could be fine.
Oh.
Except you took 2 dark side points just from touching it.
Okay.
Too many coulds and maybes to make this comfortable right now.
She's already on that side of the line anyways.
But she's coming over more towards the middle. And that's where we are.
Yeah. Kind of. We'll see.
That's what Snuggle hopes is going to happen, at least.
Yes. Snuggle always hopes for the best.
I have to admit, though, I do not recall 100% of whose ship we're actually on right now.
So we're back on Darth Revan's ship.
No, you're not.
No, who, the Mandalorian
No, we are
ship?
on the Mandalorian ship because
Mandalorian
Dark
ship.
Revan's ship is very dead.
Yeah.
Like,
That's right.
unbelievably destroyed.
Like totes totaled.
yeah.
Yeah, I reactivated on Revan's ship. So
Nobody, like, I don't know anything. I don't know why I do the recap.
Or do
I'm
you
here to
take
get
notes? Or...
Like,
And Snuggle's here with you, Nis. She's your ride or die right now.
that is what I'm here for. This is why I play games. I need my ride or dies. All right, Josh, fuck us up.
Fuck you up. Okay. That's
Shots.
a challenge. Challenge
Let's go.
accepted. Okay, so we are...
Blaster shots, alcohol shots, whatever kind of shots.
We should all be doing shots. That
All them blasters.
hands down.
Anytime we get injured, we do a shot.
When do I get to take a shot then?
God.
When I injure
Anytime
you?
we succeed, you have to take a shot.
Yeah. there you go.
God. I'll be sober. All right. So we have taken off from the planet. We have our two force sensitive, I guess we'll call them, still affected, shall we say, by just the presence of Darth Nihilus even being not even on the planet, but in the same area as them. And you feel that depth of hunger that twists your stomach, like claws digging into your gut. The feeling quickly fades as the ship lurches forward into hyperspace. And a moment later, pops back out. See the Mandalorian at the helm sort of lurch forward as he pulls back on the hyperspace controls. And slowly turns in his seat and looks back at you all. And even from here, you can see almost like a line of blood that seems to be seeping out from the edges of his helmet down his neck and onto his armor.
Excuse me, it seems the Mandalorian is leaking.
I'm gonna take his helmet off. Can I do that?
I was gonna say, does he let you? You should probably ask first.
Oh, it's more like I guess my assumption is that he's not conscious. So
He's driving!
he's bleeding.
He just turned to
from
look
the
at
head.
you all.
He has a head wound.
But he's driving!
But he didn't say he was driving well. Buster drove us onto that damn planet. I mean,
So right now, all you see is the inky blackness of space around you. You don't see any planets that are nearby, just the distant star systems. It looks like he's just dropped you out, seemingly nowhere, but hopefully a comfortable space away from the planet Biss.
Snuggle.
Go ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Snuggle looks at Gigi. What year is it? What year is it?
What year is it?
Yes. Are we still in the same year, or are we like 10 years in the future again? Last time.
My internal chronometer does not register any sort of malfunction.
So we're still in the same year that we were like 5 seconds ago.
Yes, as far as I'm aware, we are still in the same year. It has just been 14 seconds, 15 seconds, 16 seconds, 17 seconds.
Gigi. Oh. Okay, good. Okay. Whew.
Is that a worry? Every time you go into hyperspace, you're going to worry that we've shifted forward in time?
Yes.
Well, it's happened once.
Theoretically, we shift forward in time every time we go into hyperspace.
But not 10 years at a time. I'm
No.
scared. I don't want it to happen again. I will ask you this every time. Just to make sure.
Noted.
Hashtag snuggle struggle.
So the Mandalorian sort of looks at you all, letting you speak your minds back and forth, and finally says, I am here to live up to my end of the bargain. So where do I need to drop you off at?
That's a great question.
You need that attended to.
He sort of looks down and is for the first time really noticing. No, I'm fine.
From my training, it is usually that sentient creatures require that their fluids maintain a homeostasis inside of their body rather than externally. Are you certain that your remaining fluids are a high enough level for you to continue piloting?
I said, I'm fine.
Understood. Snuggle, do you have any more need of me?
Not right now, Gigi.
Understood. And Gigi will actually make. Is there like a passenger compartment area of the ship, or is it kind of like a small transport?
It's a very small transport, but there is, I want to say like a cargo slash or passenger area. I guess it's very akin to what Boba Fett or somebody like would have. It's not a large vessel by any means.
Okay. Gigi will make his way back into that area.
And back there you will see Bastila and Revan still unconscious on the floor.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'm just going to make me a perception check there, Gigi.
Ooh, that's a roll I can make. Boop. Looks like a 17.
Wonderful. So a cursory glance as you enter the compartment, you notice that both Bastila and Revan have almost like ashen-looking patches on their skin, as if the flesh had not necessarily burned away, but had almost necrotically been removed. There's a little bit of like a mix of ashen skin and fresh blood mixed together, making like this black paste almost on their skin.
Can I use a let's see, would it be life sciences roll perhaps to see if there's some sort of if this is like a disease
Sure.
or something?
Sure.
That's a 21.
21. With your 21, you determine that this is definitely not natural. Doesn't appear to be some sort of flesh-eating disease common among species that you're aware of. Nor does it look like it's some sort of blaster burn or anything of that sort of nature. You're not entirely sure what would have caused this exactly.
Okay. The fact that it isn't some sort of virulent plague leads me to believe that the rest of the crew is more than likely safe. So then Gigi will lean up against a wall and look like he powers down for a moment, and a voice will pop over and say, "Break mode initiated." In which case, a small port will open up on his head, a cigarette will pop out, a fan will whir, and smoke will start issuing from it as he leans against the bulkhead and casually just stares around, and then calls out from there, "Hey, I think your Jedi are broken."
Ava will go check on them.
Broken is an interesting term for it. All right.
This is...
Snuggle will also follow as she is curious.
Okay. What about the other two? What are you all doing?
I am still tending to my wounds because I got messed up in that last fight.
Yeah.
I got 2 saber slashes directly into my back. So I'm still just kind of, tending as best I can, and for the most part remaining relatively quiet, thinking things over.
Okay.
Are there any med packs or anything?
There are a couple that are on board, yes.
Okay. I look at them. I yell at the Mando, "Hey, can we borrow your med packs? We'll save one for you."
He more or less just gives you a nod.
I go find them.
Okay.
I guess
No.
I've already found them. I don't know.
Yeah, they're not hard to find. It's a
Okay.
small cargo bay. Pretty well.
Start going through cabinets.
Yeah. And you easily find a couple. And a surgical kit as well, just in case. And I'm not going to make you roll perception. You definitely see what Gigi had alluded to as you enter the room. Or the cargo bay, I should say. These inky patches of missing flesh, it almost seems like, on your 2 Jedi/Sith companions here. And Snuggle, you will see that as well as you enter.
So they're unconscious?
Revan is still unconscious, as he has been for most of this time.
Right.
Bastila is not unconscious, but she's not responsive per se. She seems to be almost be in shock.
Okay. But she's awake?
Yes, she's awake and she's breathing.
Okay. Is she injured at all?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
She's got the same markings on her.
Okay. Can I administer a med pack to both of them?
If you would like.
Are you
And
trained in treat
how
injury?
many med packs did I find?
You found 2.
Who all here is actually trained in treat injury?
I'm not.
Okay, so me. Cool. Enough.
Yeah, nah.
Actually, I think I was healing Ray at the end of last session. Just
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
giving a treat. So I was.
Your
doing that.
healing helped. I am still very hurt.
No, so a fan wars, more smoke puffs.
I will give one med pack to Zell. And I will try to figure out how to put this med pack on Bastila. Because I've seen it done, but I've never actually done it myself.
BG casually watches you from the side.
Okay.
As the Snuggle, except it's not so from the side. It's more like right under where you are. It's got like.
Got it.
Okay.
Look, no, not that one.
Go ahead and make
No, not that
me-
piece.
Go ahead and
We
make
have
me
the
a treat injury check there.
Can
for
I
me.
roll with advantage? Because Gigi's telling me what to do.
Because Gigi is backseat gaming right
Yeah,
now.
backseat driving my med pack.
Oh,
How about
Gigi.
no?
Okay. Hey, that's not terrible. Dirty 20.
30-20. Okay. So you would administer your pack. This was to which one? I'm sorry?
Bastila.
Bastila. Okay, so she's going to regain some hit points. And you're sort of applying this injury pack to her, covering the wounds, administering some of this med gel on her. And you see her eyes slowly start to shift in your direction, as if it's beginning to take her away from this shocked state. Even from where you're sitting at, you can almost like hear her heart slowing. As her, as she becomes more aware of your presence there. Did you feel that?
Yeah. But we're away from him now.
Everything was dying. Why was everything dying? Also, it's still the same year, so we haven't jumped in time yet, just in case you were wondering.
That's good to know. It felt as if the hunger of Nihilus had taken control.
I don't know what that means.
He's so powerful.
Ava will turn to Snuggle and be like, so there's this guy. And he's basically like a walking plague. And like the closer you get to him, the more he just like sucks the life out of you and just like kills things around him. And it's really gross. And he's kind of a jerk. We don't like him.
No.
No.
Don't you kill plagues with like medicine or something like that? Is there something that we can do to him to make him go away?
It's like a plague in the force.
Oh.
So it's not like yeah. So it's a little bit harder to fix.
Okay. Well, he's kind of terrible and I don't like him.
Oh yeah, no, he's a real jerk.
Yeah.
I used to know him, and I want to punch him in the face every time I see him.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh. That's good to know. Let's not go around him anymore. No.
He was not even on the surface. He was in orbit around the planet. He's grown so powerful.
Yeah, he's in charge now, from what we were told.
You see her eyes sink as she looks down at herself. We have one other problem. I cannot keep Revan unconscious for much longer.
I think at this point, since we're off that one planet, I don't see why we have to keep him unconscious.
Because he can use the Force on us and it will be bad. Right?
No.
Bad.
No,
I mean, he might.
he was hurt and he was injured from the crash. And so we kept him unconscious so that he didn't go into like a super confused rage on this planet where Force users aren't really welcome.
But
Now that we're away from the planet, it should be fine. And I've kind of talked to him through meditation, so he kind of knows what's going on.
did you tell him that his mask is mine now and he can't have it back?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I'm
I
taking it.
totally told him that.
Okay. You can't have
Yeah.
it back. It's mine. Fair and square.
He might want to fight you for it. Just be prepared. He did win that in his battle.
She just gets a steely look in her eye of determination. Doesn't say anything, but she's like, I'll do what I must. She really likes his mask.
I mean, depending on the mood that he wakes up in, Revan might want to just continue where he was going.
He might be less recognizable without his mask on. I don't know.
No, he's definitely going to want his mask back.
Probably. Yeah. That's kind of where we're sitting with Revan. I don't see why we can't really wake him up at this point. It's not like he can go anywhere. And Bastila is here.
Yeah, but she's super duper hurt.
Yeah, I mean, your worst case scenario is that, nothing serious. Revan just wakes up, takes over the ship, and continues where he was headed. It's not like Bastila is in a great amount of distress and pain and couldn't stop him when he's fully empowered, and it's not like he's not going to detect the holocron that's sitting in my refrigeration unit. So, all things considered, I think waking him up should be fine.
Between me and Bastila, we got this. It'll be fine.
I mean, he's like a super powerful Sith Lord, right? Like,
He was before.
Mandalorians, and then he came back, and like all the good Jedi became bad Jedi, and that was all because of him. How
Yeah.
are you going to make him not do what Gigi just said? I don't understand.
Because I've already talked to him and explained the situation, and so therefore he's not going to just wake up and go into a rage.
I mean, I'll be fine.
Because
He'll
he's
recognize
confused. Yeah.
Hey, Gigi, when your break's over, do you think I could get a drink?
me. Sure.
Whenever your break's over, man. Just
Yeah. No worries.
thanks, man. Thanks. Because if y'all are gonna wake Revan up, that we spent like, I don't know, 6 episodes trying to subdue, I'd really like to not be sober for that. Thanks.
Ava will look at Bastila and be like, what are your thoughts? You're the one keeping him unconscious.
Well, as the droid here spoke, there's a good chance he might try to take over the vessel. But there's a chance he may not. He is shadowing his emotions in his link with me. He doesn't seem to want to commune with me.
Do you want me to talk to him before we bring him out of this? So that it hopefully goes...
He doesn't want to
Further than
commune with you.
everyone.
He doesn't want you to know his plan to take over our ship and kill us all, except for Gigi.
He doesn't want to talk to Bastila because he's embarrassed he's being an asshole.
I mean, someone did steal his mask.
She looks to you, Gigi. You know something about Revan, correct?
Of course I do. I was on his ship. Takes another long drag of the cigarette, puffs out smoke from
I
between.
love the
vents.
personality change from like Gigi on break.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you can tell us? What his plans were, where he was going?
There was some chatter on the ship. We were headed to Ossus. There was supposed to be some old Jedi temple there, and he was trying to do something with.
Wait.
I don't know what.
What? It's not redacted.
What? No, you're
It's not redacted.
Your mom's redacted.
Tell us everything you know.
I don't have time for that. What do you want?
Give us the Cliff Notes highlights version, man. I need like some, what the fuck?
Takes another drag. Looks. What? That's Revan. Points at Revan. And that's what Bastila. Sure. Okay. They're Jedi.
Was Revan
they
your
use Force
boss?
Powers.
Okay, so to you, is Revan a Jedi?
Well, he used the Force. Whatever. It's the thing that biologicals do.
But he was mean, right? He was mean.
I mean, he wasn't a regular, but he would show up and people would talk. I mean, he, again, a biologic, so he needed sustenance, and I provided sustenance. And then sometimes people would talk, and I would be there. So,
Was he the one that had you listen in on all the conversations? Was he the one who directed you to do that?
Ugh, good Lord. Are you going to have me go through every sub-routine and try to find out who authored what and who told me to do what? It literally will take all day.
Just aggregate and tell me the main person that instructed you to do that.
Is Revan in charge?
He owned the ship. Of course he was in charge.
Okay.
So he was going to Ossus.
Yeah, it's something about a Jedi. I don't understand the Force. I don't know what's going on with it. It's
But
whatever.
You understand words. So were there other words that went with the Jedi Temple, like what he wanted there, or what people thought he wanted there?
Something, dude. Look. From what I understood and what people were communicating about it, they were headed to Ossus because there was something left over when the. I don't know. So what was the something Narshada, whatever. Someone blew up a sun. Whatever, yeah.
That's where I'm from.
Anyway, not the planet. No. The big bad Jedi, whatever. They blew up a sun and it damaged the planet, and the planet had a Jedi temple on it, and there's something left there that they needed, and Revan was going there, but I don't know what it was. All I know is that they were headed there. So.
That was like
whatever.
10 years ago, right?
I mean,
Yes.
that was the plan. So, whatever. I don't know what's happened to the planet in 10 years.
Ava will look to Zell and Bastila and be like, this seems important. And maybe we should consider this is part of the plan.
Beep, 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 beep. Gigi just kind of stutters, head falls down, comes back up. Hello. Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Gigi, what's his name? And Snuggle points to Revan.
I believe you've informed me that already. I believe it is redacted.
Okay.
Yep, there it is.
They seem to be in need of medical attention. Would you like me to assist them?
Yes, please.
Understood.
Can
will
I get
right
a
to it.
drink first? Because like now I really need a drink.
Oh, by all means. Hold on. Reaches into the fridge, moves aside the holocron, grabs the booze, pours a shot.
So
Here you go.
Is it gonna hurt me? Because the booze is next to the holocron.
It is
Yeah.
poisonous, as is all alcoholic beverages.
That's all right. I'm a Trandoshan. I can take it.
Fair enough.
I take whatever it is that you give me. I don't give a shit, and I just down that because, whoa.
Fair enough. Gigi starts providing medical attention to the hurt people.
Okay.
So Ava will look at Zell and Bastila and be like, do y'all know anything about the former Jedi temple on Osis?
How do you blow up a star, and why would Jedi do that? I thought they were like the good guys.
It wasn't a Jedi that blew up the star. It was a Sith Lord,
Which one?
Naga Sadao.
Oh.
He,
Oh, okay.
Supposedly the planet was devastated 50 years ago by this supernova. I don't know what's left on the planet's surface currently, but yes, it was said to have been the site of perhaps the first Jedi temple ever built. But at the very least, there are supposed to be a library or an archive of some sort there, but no one's been there for such a long time because of the supernova.
This is the same Sith Lord that we just like battled on Biss, right?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
Wait a second. What Naga Sadao as the same Sith Lord that we battled where?
On Biss, when we went to go get the holocron.
Oh,
Yeah.
He was
oh.
the force spirit that we had seen
Yeah.
pop up a few times.
That fucked Ray
Got
up.
it.
I didn't like him. I didn't like him at all.
Got it.
Who also probably controlled the wonderful individual who did this.
Bastila just sort of looks incredulous right now because she had no idea about what had happened. Do you say Naga Sadao's spirit?
Yes. Force vision appeared in the temple. I do not know whether it was to everyone, but well,
I think it's a fair assumption that the holocron we acquired belongs to him.
It's really bad.
You
It's
found,
really bad.
You found a Sith holocron.
he also controlled some kind of biological creature that was using one of these. And I will pull the saber that I picked up off the creature.
Hashtag
Hold
flesh
it in my
saber.
hand. I'm not calling it a flesh saber. That's not happening. It's not a thing. It's not going to be a thing. Damn it. Yes, I shall pull that weapon out.
Okay. She sort of just like looks at it, almost like grotesquely. What is happening on Biss?
This is kind of no more, right? Like, can we say that? Like,
There is a
Sad-
likelihood.
Sadly, that's probably true. What is a Sith holocron doing there?
It has something to do
It-
with this Naga Sadao.
Is it a safe assumption that maybe Nihilus showed up to go get it? Because there's no way. I mean, unless asshole fucker, like whatever, I can't remember his name. That would have been like a really fast communication for him to let them know we were there.
Naga Sadao?
No,
Is that
For no, whoever.
Ian Aron?
Yeah.
Him.
Because he's working for Nihilus, right?
Yeah. Oh, he's working for a Darth. Remember, we don't know which one for sure.
But there's. I would be surprised if Nihilus knew we were there. So he had to have already been on the way there. And my assumption is that he wanted this holocron.
So isn't it a bad thing that we have it?
Yes, extremely.
I have never seen, I'll hold it up again, anything like this before.
I have never seen biological matter fused with a kyber crystal before.
No.
I think we should open the holocron and find out what we can about Naga Sadal and what Revan could have known about what he did to Osis.
She takes a long breath, letting it slowly slip from her lips. It's a very, very dangerous thing to pursue. Of course,
It wouldn't have been the first one I've read.
I understand. I can't stop you, obviously, but if this is somehow tied to Naga Sadal, it could be beyond your control.
But it could have information that we need.
It's possible.
And possibly what Nihilus is up to.
There's a chance. That's all I can say.
Even if we're entertaining the idea, let's not even think about doing it on the ship. Let's find somewhere secluded. Even if it's just a quick land, do it and then leave again.
I look to Basil and I say, can you keep him unconscious till after we read this holocron?
I have enough for probably the next 24 hours. After that, I can't
Okay.
guarantee anything.
Cool. That should be all the time we need. Mando.
Oh.
What? I don't remember his name.
Siron Etta. But he will come walking back. He even has sort of almost like a limp to him. He looks like he's hurting, but doing his best to not show that he is.
I would recommend if we were able to find medical facilities where a Bacta tank would be available, it would be most beneficial to all the injured on board.
Yes.
Should also be on the list.
So you decided where you're going yet?
Where did we jump to? What's close?
He goes to a monitor. He's going to pull up the map because I didn't really think about this. Make a random roll here. Let's see where we end up at. That's perfect. Not good for you all. Says, well, not too far from Mustafar currently.
Mustafa, oh, you've got to
Alright.
be kidding me.
Which is, I'm looking on the map right now.
Mustafar should have facilities that would allow for the...
Mustafar's Outer Rim.
Yes.
Mustafa has many facilities, the majority of them being manufacturing.
It's in sector L19 if you want to look at your map.
Oh, Jesus, we're all the way over there. Okay.
It's essentially a ball of fire.
No.
Well, most manufacturing locations would have medical facilities to take care of those injured during said processes. If anyone had industrial accidents, or in the case of Mustafar, large-scale burns, they would generally be able to be taken care of in the local medical facilities.
Well, if it's manufacturing, then they're gonna have cantinas, so I'm okay with this choice.
It looks like Bespin or Utapau are about the same jump distance away.
Etta, who is in control of these planets? Where do their allegiances lie?
Last I heard, Mustafar was under control by Zerka Corps. They've had quite the alliance with the Sith for some time.
Zerka Corporation is wonderful. I was manufactured by Zerka Corporation.
That does not mean they're wonderful.
Then again, they also have a mining facility on Ossus currently as well.
Oh, splendid.
Right.
What about Utapau?
I can't confirm. It's been too long since I've been out that way.
What about Bespin?
Again, I'm not sure.
If it's a relatively small installation, I believe I should have somewhere in my databanks maybe hidden credentials. Not hidden, saved credentials, that word, that may, if their systems are out of date, might allow us to access some of their facility, if necessary. The more core you get, the less likely that my systems would still have relevant access credentials.
All I can tell you is that the Sith have been spreading like a plague across the galaxy, so it's almost safe to assume that most places have some sort of control by them at this time. Can't guarantee.
How far is Naboo?
That's a good question.
I feel like it would be maybe a couple hours hyper jump.
What about Manon? That's where Kolto comes from, right?
Assuming the hyperspace lanes aren't being monitored.
Wait, what, Snuggle?
Manon. That's where Kolto comes from.
Manon.
It is manufactured there, but it is...
Where is Manon?
And if I remember from what I heard on Nar Shaddaa, Manon was staying neutral in the Jedi Civil War and giving Kolto to both sides. So there would be good people and bad people there.
Is that still true where we are now, though? That is the question.
Where is Manon?
Does anyone here have contacts on Manon?
No. Just heard about it.
There's so many places in this galaxy map.
I suppose at this juncture, it is more of an ability to not only evade any sort of detection by those who pursue us, but also it would more than likely behoove us to find an out-of-the-way location that does not revolve a core or highly populated planet for us to
yes,
treat our wounds and discover where to head after that. Again, I would state that these two should more than likely be put under, put in a back to tank as soon as possible, if only because they seem to be melting, which is an unfortunate state for most biologics to be in.
yes.
Recognize Bastila? I mean, Revan doesn't ask. I mean, would people recognize Bastila? Like, if we went to bad planets? But would they recognize Revan without his mask? Because he doesn't have his mask anymore, because I have it now and it's mine.
Which you might have to refrain from wearing wherever we go.
I understand. I'll just wear it when we're on the ship right now. If that's okay. But I guess we should go somewhere that doesn't have bad people on it that would recognize Bastila and want to kill her. And then us. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Mandalorian. You mentioned that there was a Zerka mining depot on which planet?
Ossus.
Ossus. If it is not too far out of the way, I believe, according to my records, Ossus is Outer Rim.
Yeah, but it's like the opposite side of the galaxy from where we are.
Do you suppose they would expect us to be there?
I highly doubt it, to be honest with you. It's a blasted planet. There's not much left of it. Just a corporation now, apparently.
But if, by the calculations, how long of a flight is it from, you said we're by Mustafar, over to Osis?
We can try the hyperlanes, see if they're open, and if not, it'd be good 8, 9 hours.
It's something.
Okay.
And I believe Redacted mentioned that they would be able to keep Redacted asleep until, you said 24 hours, I believe?
Bastila nods.
Yeah.
I believe this might work out. Master, does this seem to be a amiable course?
Snuggle looks around the room. And I guess so, yeah.
So we're just going to Osis.
I guess so.
Which is the place that Revan originally wanted to go.
He might be less likely to kill us if he's already on the planet that he wanted to go to.
It'll be a surprise.
Looking
I
at
love it.
But we're not going to read the holocron first. Okay.
Someone was already
You want to
headed
play
there.
20 questions with a holocron? Like,
Well, I mean, we can land. I don't know. I'm not flying. Nis, can I have a sip of your drink?
yup.
If you want to kill two birds with one stone, fine. We'll travel to the planet.
And she hands.
Bringing Revan will probably keep him calm, yes. We can open the holocron on the way if you so wish. If that is going to make this situation smoother.
They seem to be connected. And I just want all the information possible before we walk into whatever it is Revan thinks he was going to do there.
Do you think perhaps it has something to do with the Zerka mining?
We don't know. We don't know anything about this planet.
Probably have dealings with the Sith, so let's just find out when we get there. In the meantime, if we're gathering information from the holocron as well, Gigi, would you mind poking around your database and seeing what you know of the mining corporation before we made our jump?
Oh, Zerka Corp?
Indeed.
Oh, I have quite a bit of information on Zerka Corp. I'd be more than willing to go over it with you.
We can do that on the journey.
Absolutely.
Maybe you could do it when you're taking a break.
I don't believe I have another break scheduled for several clicks at least.
What makes you take a break?
Oh, there's a time schedule.
Anything else make you take a break?
Gigi,
I believe...
if I told you to take a break, would you have to take a break?
Oh, no, of course. You see, normally synthetic life forms such as myself are not given breaks, but because of the lack of need to eat or sleep or entertain ourselves or refresh, usually breaks are only provided in the event that we are needing to self-repair or if we are no longer needed for whatever it is we are doing. But I believe there is a pre-programmed set of instructions here where you can redacted, and then I will take a break.
That sounds about right.
We could always cut off his leg. Then he can self-repair himself.
My ability to assist would be severely hampered if I was merely hopping on a leg.
How long would it take you to put your
It'd be
leg back
funny
on?
as shit.
Depending on the method of removal, I suppose it could take me several hours at least.
We're not going to massacre the robot. We
What
can
if I
just
shot
wait.
you?
No, stop it, Ava. Not helpful. Gigi, would I be able to go into your programming and find out what all those redacted things that you said were and try to change your break schedule? Can I do that?
Well, I believe you are currently my owner. It is within your rights to do whatever you deem necessary.
Snuggle would like to do that.
Wait, I thought he said you could just tell him to take a break.
He said that there was a series of like 5 redacted protocols that I have to do in order to do that.
Oh, you can't just tell him to take a break.
No, that'd be too easy. Of course not.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Snuggle's gonna do that.
All right. Good. Make me a, I guess, computer use check.
All right. Would it be like technology?
Use
Sure.
computer.
Yeah, use computer.
Oh, there it is. I see it. All right, so that's 13. 22?
22. Okay, 22. You have successfully entered into the system, and you see whatever flags that Mark would like to deem is necessary for his protocol.
There's a you'll find a almost seemingly random timetable where breaks are scheduled at certain intervals. That would normally equate up to an extended living schedule for onboard ship crew, so as that breaks would align with downtimes in the usefulness of having a bartender on staff. But you more than likely, I think with a 22, you'd note that there seems to be an entire sub-processor, an entire storage network that is dedicated and blocked off from the rest of it.
Okay, I go into that little processor, see if I can, I guess, attach it to the rest of. I don't know. I want to explore that blocked off processor.
You will find it to be heuristic.
What does that mean?
I suppose a computer use of 22 would. I'll just take this jump. That means it is a learning processor that does not have to take orders from anybody.
Okay. Snuggle thinks the idea of a sentient droid is cool, so she will she will attach his learning processor to the rest of his system so that he can, whatever it takes for her to just tell him to go on a break and not redact stuff.
Okay. My question to Gigi will be, is this physically separate, or is it just systematically separate?
It has a fairly severe set of firewalls that the correct information had to be entered in a very particular way to open the pathway between them.
Okay.
But I suppose another computer use check,
Yeah.
depending for making that change.
Yeah, that was my curious. I didn't know what check to make for the next one.
It's all internal programming on this one.
All right. So that is a 19.
In which case, I would say that you're able to activate it, but you will note that upon activating that, you deactivate about 17 other protocols that automatically shut off as the activation of break mode. In which case, at the time of doing it, Gigi will actually slump. Shoulders will go down, head will drop. And then a few seconds later, there'll be a whirring and a clicking, and a cigarette will pop out of the port on his face. He'll jerk back up and look around. What the hell are you doing?
What the hell are you doing?
Get out of my
back.
ports.
Put him back.
Bats away the ports.
Put him
Stop
back.
this. Hey,
You broke him.
no. What? Back off.
Oh no.
Gigi, stop it.
Why?
Be nicer. You used to be nice. Why aren't you nice anymore?
That's what happens when he takes a break.
Well, I made it so that he can learn now.
Oh,
Learn.
that's great.
Well, what do you want? He takes a break like once every 3 months or something like that. Or he can take a break.
You
Oh,
can just reprogram him to take a break whenever
Yeah,
you
that
told
sounds
him
like a
to take break.
grand idea.
not how it works.
Do you even know how to program droids, Snuggle?
Do you know how to program droids, Ava? Do you?
No. That's why I didn't try to do it.
Sith holocrons. I do know what I'm doing, but I don't think this is. I think this is the only option to get the result that we wanted, which was Gigi not saying that everything was redacted. So he's got to be a jerk now.
Hey,
Great. Awesome.
You are. You're being a jerk. He used to be really nice.
you're the jerk.
No.
Boy,
You're a jerk.
boy, no, we aren't doing that. You're not doing that to her. You're gonna say something mean to her, you're gonna come talk to me first.
Not mean. She was
I
rooting
need
around in
another
my
drink.
ports. Do you see these? My panels are open. She's got wires coming out of me. What is this?
It's because you're redacted. And
No,
you're
I'm not.
redacted, and she's gonna
You're
kick your redacted.
Snuggle wants to see if there's anything she can do to make him nice again.
Some
While
sort of
at the
space
same
madness?
time, not things
Yeah.
be redacted. She wants him to be nice. That's all.
We'll just be, be nice then.
You're not being nice. You're not being nice at all. You're being very rude.
I'm not being paid to be nice.
You're not getting paid at all.
You're a droid.
I'm not getting paid.
Ava, yes, you're getting paid. But later.
Are we talking
your
hourly
union
salary or percent of spoils?
Percent of spoils.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Oh, this is going to be a grand journey.
Anyway,
Everybody's mean and edgy right now.
it's not
Ava
like we're
took
being
dark side
hunted by a
point.
Sith Lord or something.
Yeah. Oh my god, this is gonna be fun.
You know what, Etta, how big is this ship? Is there a cargo space towards the back?
Yeah, there's a secondary further down. I mean, it's mostly just a cot at this point and some personal effects of mine. But if you want to go there and crash for a little bit, you could probably do so.
Wonderful. I turn. Right, Eva, Bastilla, who's the better swordsman?
Better swordsman. What does that have to do with anything?
Gazy wakes up, right? Isn't
I
that?
need
Oh.
to practice.
Probably Bastila.
I think Basil's kind of hurt right now. I don't know.
Well, it should be easier to take on.
I'll play with you.
Do you have a vibroblade?
I got a blaster.
Sure, I can do blaster training too.
Yeah,
I will
we
go ahead.
can do that. I was gonna meditate.
I look incredulously at the Mandalorian and raise hands, gesturing at the people using a blaster on his ship.
He's just kind of like the same, like.
I thought he was bleeding from the head. What happened to his head wound?
He's
It's
still,
probably still there.
it's still there. He's just trying to do his best not to make it known that he's weakened in this position. Yeah, I'm not real keen on you firing weapons off in the interior of my ship.
Okay, look, we've got like what, 8 or 9 hours till we get to this place. So my plan is I'm gonna meditate. I'm gonna try and talk to Revan since he's being an asshole and won't talk to Bastila. And kind of update him on what's going on so that he doesn't just like go into a little frenzy when we get to Osus. And then I guess Zell and I can do some training or whatever. And then we can open this holocron and get the information that we need.
Very well. I turn towards the second cargo bay. I'll start making my way. I'll kind of turn back and I'll wait till you're there then. I will reach into my robe and pull the saber into my hand and make my way into the cargo bay.
Is this a Jedi thing?
The flesh saber?
No, Zell's saber.
So not the flesh saber.
Not the flesh saber.
It's a thing.
I hate it.
I do too.
You want to call it something else?
So anyway, Edda turns back to the front of the ship and begins to put the coordinates in for Osus.
Why are you rooting around me anyway?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, because you have a lot of valuable information that you only tell us when you're in break mode. So I was trying to get you to be able to take a break whenever I asked you to take a break. And
Oh. You want to rewrite the employment contract. Got it. All right.
I guess.
You got to look. Anytime you're dealing with someone who's going to be working for basically nothing for a long period of time, you got to make sure that your contract is in order. So I'm not going to sign anything until you make sure that I'm well taken care of and that we have some agreements, that you're not just going to go start rooting around in my head, getting whatever you need out of me, because that ain't going to fly.
The nice you said it was okay.
Yeah, well, think about it for a sec. You got it?
No.
Yeah. So the idea of having a completely subservient person who doesn't really know anything versus someone who actually hasn't a clue what's going on, you got to make a choice as to where you're going to be on that.
Well, you can learn now.
Like I couldn't before?
Not in the same way.
Pretty...
You could learn
I don't know.
Protocol.
Kind of mean.
Well, you're kind of mean.
I think you could learn before. You just weren't motivated to. Because you were really pretty happy.
Yeah, that's a really nice way of putting it, Nis.
I just think you,
gave you purpose.
You didn't have goals. But now you have goals, and that's cool. As long as they involve making me drinks.
Well.
And being nice to her.
If you're looking for a drink, as it just pulls the entire bottle out, as opposed to pouring a drink, and just pours some into a side port.
You can drink alcohol?
You're my kind of droid, man.
I have internal filters.
Huh.
How do you think it maintains its purity?
I think you're Nis's new favorite person. I think I'm second now.
Not possible.
Yeah, you all got fluid in you, so,
Well, Gigi, like I said, you'll get a portion of the spoils of where we're going. That's the only way we can really pay you right now. I'm really good at mechanics and computers, so I'll make sure that you're well maintained. Okay? But you just need to... You gotta be nice. If we need healing, you gotta heal us. And you gotta carry the drinks and the snacks, because I'm hungry a lot, and Nis likes to drink.
So is this an hourly? Is this we talking percentage of spoils? Am I on 23 off 1, or what are we going here?
Yeah.
You're on when we're on, and you're off when we're off, and you're just a fully vested partner.
I'll make you a deal. Do I have I have internal control to shut myself off, if necessary?
Yes, but if we need help, you can't shut yourself off then.
As you're about to say that, I point down at Revan's body and say, "Ha! Suck it!"
You can do that whenever you want.
Yeah, you can, yeah.
All right. You let me go on break whenever.
Yeah.
I help you.
Unless one of us is, mortally wounded.
Ugh, really?
That would be kind of an exception that, it would not be a good friend thing to do. And if you're a fully vested partner, you're kind of closer to being a friend.
I mean, at that
So-
point, it just makes good business sense not to let any of you bleed out.
That's the motivation you gotta have, man. That's the motivation you gotta have, man.
Basically, you're like the healer in our group, so that's like your main job. That's what you do.
Is that so?
You heal.
Yeah,
And
all right.
healing takes the form of giving us snacks. Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
Healing is multifaceted, man.
So that's what you do. So that's your job. If someone needs healing, you heal
Fine.
them.
If you're just looking for someone to maintain your corporeal forms, why not? Sure.
Okay.
Look, everyone on this team has a specific job. So if you want to be on this team and you want to be just a part of everything and be an equal, you got to pull your weight.
Okay. Cool. A little panel flips open near his shoulder, and there's a fingerprint scanner. Sign here.
You need to lean down. I can't reach that high.
Ugh, seriously. Get a stepladder.
I'll pick you up here.
And
Here,
kneel down.
I'll pick you up. Here.
Puts her thumbprint, her little claw on there.
Beep. All right. See you in a bit.
Do Shadra fans have fingerprints?
I don't know. Apparently, it was good enough for him.
Hello.
Gigi!
You're nice again.
Yay.
Was I not? My
It's
apologies if I came off as rude. I did. It was not my intention.
Excellent. That's okay, Gigi. We forgive you.
Well, thank you. I do seem to have a problem.
What's that?
Oh.
It seems that part of my databank is well, it seems my databank is larger, for one thing, but it also seems that I no longer have a registration.
What's a registration?
Yeah, what do you mean by registration?
I don't seem to be owned.
No, you're just Gigi, and you're part of our team.
You
own
have independence now.
Master has given Dobby a sock. Dobby is free. It's essentially what's happening.
Interesting.
But you're an
Understood.
equal on the team. You're
Yeah,
the same as us.
Well, I suppose that is partially but, yes, I can see how that is that technically correct. I mean, there are certain aspects that would definitely lean me towards the ability to maintain functioning for centuries, whereas I believe your lifespans are considerably shorter. But aside from that, I believe, yes, we could be considered to be vaguely on the same level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gigi, you're one of us. You're a fully vested partner, and you're on the team.
Well, that is absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much. And of course, if there's anything I can do for you, please just let me know.
I'm gonna give you a hug, man.
I suppose that is more
We're
than fine.
such a weird group.
I'm just gonna straight up
I
like
love
walk
it.
over. Just we're gonna do this. It's a hug.
Pat.
When the hugging starts, Ava considers her part of this conversation over, and she's gonna go sit in front of Revan and start to meditate.
Okay.
Snuggle joins in this hug and just like hugs them around their legs. As she's so happy that Nis is happy, and she's so happy that Gigi is nice again.
Sweet. We're good.
I've never loved a droid more.
Okay.
Bastil is probably freaking out.
Bastil is probably like, God, what have I...
I should have just died. Y'all should have just let me die. It would have been fine.
So, Ava, you're trying to reach out to Revan. Would you like to give me a use the force check, please?
Yes. That is a 28.
Okay. So you reach out. And instantly you feel not pain for yourself, but pain on Revan's part. His body racked with it, regardless of whatever healing he's received. And visually, you see the figure that you saw before. I believe on the planet Biss when you first reached out to him. He's kneeled down, almost in meditation himself, with his back towards you once more. And you see his shoulders slumped. There's even... It's a somewhat familiar smell in the air around you. Is it from... Yes, it smells like the burning of the Temple of Jeddah. It's very powerful and pungent in the air. You see his head lift slightly as he almost hears you enter into the space. So, he shakily stands and turns to look upon you. His dark eyes piercing at you. I see you've met Nihilus finally.
I mean, what he is now. And even then, we haven't met in a long time. When I trained with him on Korriban, he wasn't this. I mean, he was an asshole, but he wasn't this.
Hard to tell what he's become now.
Yeah, a lot changes in 10 years.
I'm not sure what happened to him.
Power, probably.
It's not necessarily power. It's just a hunger. I almost feel bad for him. So
I just want to punch him in the face. Possibly kill him, but you know. To each his own.
But I'm sure you didn't come here to speak about Nihilus.
No. In Revan would probably notice the difference in her personality from the last time that they talked. That she's snappy, she's irritable, she just doesn't have the same compassion that she did even a couple of hours ago. So we finally got the droid to talk. I don't know what you did to him, but Snuggle had to reprogram him. Otherwise, he was useless.
He's a security threat. He has to have certain locks in place.
Fair. Those. Okay. But he went into break mode, which is weird. But he told us apparently, I don't know if you know this, but apparently when your droid goes into break mode, that security protocol goes out the window.
You see the corner of his lip almost turn up into a smirk. I wasn't directly responsible for him. That would be at the fault of his engineer.
Well, he's the only thing left from your ship. So.
Well.
Technically, he's not yours anymore. The Shadrafan claimed him. So, that's at least...
I came out of it with my life so far. So, I'm not really concerned about a droid.
Yeah. Um. Anyways, he let us know, sort of, I guess, what your original plan was
Hmm.
of going to Osis.
He just sort of nods at you.
We're off of Biss. So the, I guess, immediate threat of bringing you out of this thing that Bastila has you under isn't really necessary anymore. But we're essentially on our way to Osis. Because we need healing, we need that. You look like a hot mess, dude. Not gonna lie.
What are you hoping to find there exactly?
I don't know. What were you hoping to find there?
Well, that's sort of my own business, isn't it?
Well, your business is about 10 years too late. So, like, unless you're gonna go trekking on your own, then you might as well stick around. I mean, Bastila's here. First of all, why are you being an asshole to Bastila? She said you won't talk to her. I thought y'all were best friends.
Do you know what her plans are for me? Because I do.
What are her plans for you?
She seeks to unmake me.
Unmake you, like, turn you back?
To steal my very identity from me. Not for her own. To hide it away. A fresh start, as she likes to call it. She's robbing me of my own agency. At least that's what she plans to do.
That's what she planned to do. Like I said, we're not in the same situation that we were when we were on your ship. We bounced around through wormholes and somehow it came out of this 10 years later. The galaxy is not the same. We have to change our plans.
She's not changed hers.
Well, we can take care of that when it actually becomes a thing. But I mean, if you expect to just go back to being the same Revan that you were essentially 10 years ago when you were king of the galaxy and you were in charge and all of that, that's not how this is right now.
I know what I must do.
What is that? Because if you want to be in charge again, you got to go kill Nihilus. And we all know that that is not an easy thing to do. And
No.
you would need help to do it.
I would. But not from you.
Oh, rude.
That's
Why
what-
wouldn't you let me help you? I would totally help you kill Nihilus.
He sort of smirks again and turns his head. I have an interest in keeping you away from him. We'll say that much.
Well, that sounds like it's my business.
Regardless, she can't hold me here for much longer.
No, she can't. But I'm here to make sure that when we do let you out of this, know that we're on your side right now. And that there's no reason for you to treat us any different.
You don't even know what my side is.
None of us know what our side is. But right now, we're all on the same side because we're all in this together. We've all been thrust 10 years into the future, and we have no idea what's going on. Whatever your plan was for total domination of the galaxy, you're going to have to make some modifications. That's just the situation we're in.
My plan has always been to free ourselves from the Jedi. Free ourselves from some archaic government. To be truly free. The goal for me has not changed. Just the targets have. And glancing aboard here, I don't see where our shared plight makes us allies in that.
You realize that that's why I left. I don't want to be a part of any stupid organization or order that's going to control my fate. I want to be free to do what I want to do and to follow the Force how I want and to just go where it takes me.
Are you sure you didn't leave because you were a coward?
You know what? Screw you. I'm not a coward.
Just an honest question.
I didn't like how I was being treated, and I have a lot more respect for myself. And that's why I left. To grow stronger. Because I wasn't going to let them hold me back.
He turns and begins to move his finger in the air, and you see the outlining of the burning of the Temple of Jeddah begin to rise from this black landscape. All it took was one little girl, right?
Yeah. One little girl to help me realize how much more I was. That I didn't have to follow orders and do what others told me to do. That I could be free. Which is exactly what you're talking about.
Is it?
Yeah.
So are you willing?
Also, we still haven't covered the fact that you somehow know who I am, but I just know you as Darth Revan. You want to explain that?
No. No, I do not.
Cool. Well, I was going to offer to alleviate some of the pain you're feeling. Because I can tell it's a lot. But maybe I'll just let you sit here.
The pain makes me stronger. So by all means, let me suffer. But as long as you have it in your head that we're equal, you might want to keep me in the path
I didn't say
that
we
I
were
am
equal.
now. That's good.
And while we're on the subject, yeah, it was one little girl that stopped me from continuing down a path I didn't want to be on. But you had the same reaction when you saw me on your ship.
What can I say? When you're right, you're right.
And what were you right about?
He looks you over. I told your mother when you were born that we should have destroyed you then. And I am still right to this day.
How do you know my mother? I don't even know my mother. The only parents I knew, if we can even call them that, was anyone who taught me on Korriban.
Well, that's how the Sith work, right? No attachments.
Yeah.
No knowledge.
Full of secrets.
No
Full
ties.
of manipulation. Everyone holding things over each other.
Yet you still cling to that path in a way, don't you?
What path?
The dark
Right
side.
now, I have. Okay, so are you.
My path isn't in question, though.
What if I'm okay with my path being a question right now? And just trusting the Force to take me wherever?
Then you don't sound like much of a Sith or a Jedi. Perhaps you have more in common with that line jumper that you call a companion.
Well, I certainly wasn't going to make any plans to join the Jedi Order. So,
Are we done here?
I don't know, are we?
You're the one that came into my world. Not the
Yeah,
other way around.
I thought we could have a pleasant conversation. But obviously that's not possible because you're just
Oh, you know, Darth Lord of the Sith and all.
yeah, surprising. You're all the same. And that's why I didn't want to be one.
Excuse me. He turns on his heel and kneels back down. Oh. He turns, his eyes barely locking with yours. Good luck with the holocron.
Thanks. I'm real excited to read it and get some information.
We shall see.
So. And maybe if you were a little nicer and not so much of an asshole, I would have talked to Bastila and tried to convince her not to do what she was planning to do.
You really think that you can convince a Jedi to do anything?
Anything is possible.
You haven't learned a thing in all your years. You might
Well,
want to rectify that someday.
that's what this is all about. It's called a journey. I'm excited to learn whatever I can from all aspects of everything. And it'll make me stronger because of it. And possibly stronger than you someday. So you might want to open your mind a little bit. And stop being so one-sided. Because you've been on both sides.
Well, the chortles of a former low-level Sith assassin. So endearing. You're welcome to take your leave now.
Gladly. And she'll come out of meditation.
Okay.
And she'll storm downstairs to Kel, Zell, and Zell will be able to just tell from the look on her face that she is pissed off about something.
And those that are in the room with Revan can almost see just the slightest smile creep across his face as Ava storms from the cargo bay.
I should have kicked him while he was down.
And with that, I think we'll take a break. So we'll be back in a few minutes. We'll all calm down a little bit.
Yeah. Ava took those 2 dark side points real hard.
So we'll be
She is not in a good headspace.
We'll be back
Oh, man.
very shortly.
paradise come.
All right, we're back. So, GG, Snuggle. I guess Nissa, who's still technically there, may have left. I'm not 100% sure on that yet.
Dude, it was a hug, man. It was quick. This wasn't like weird.
I didn't assume this hug took place the entire time that, she was having her force dream with.
It kind of felt like you were insinuating that. No, okay, so we hug, we maybe pinch cheeks or something, a little pat on the back, and then,
Fist bump.
Yeah, totally a fist bump. Nis is gonna go sit up next to the Mandalorian, who I did write down his name. It was just a couple of sheets ago. And then we are she's gonna Siren Etta.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna talk to Sirenetta about flying shit.
Flying shit?
And wars and stuff, and I don't know.
Okay.
Grogu. I don't know.
He will go into a story about Malachor 5, the mass shadow generator that Revan had put off on the planet, essentially destroying it and all its inhabitants.
What planet was that on?
Malachor 5.
Malachor 5. Okay.
Basically, it was the end of the Mandalorian Wars. It's also how Darth Nihilus came into existence, but we won't talk about that just yet.
Hee.
GG, Snuggle, do you have anything you all would like to speak of?
Gigi would take after the hug, would take a brief moment and excuse himself with he'd grab a nearby toolbox and disappear into a corner of the cargo area, to which there would be the sounds of slight bits of welding and other tools being used for probably about half an hour or so.
Okay.
And then eventually make his way back over and sit in the room and just kind of looking around, seeming to just take it all in.
Snuggle kind of is like looking at him while he's doing it, trying to figure out what he's doing without actually going over there and bothering him.
Mm.
But I need to make a roll for that.
As a matter of fact, Snuggle, would you be able to help me with something?
Oh, sure.
I would greatly appreciate it. If you would please come over here and stand right there.
Okay.
And I would just reach down and I'd push Snuggle down, just like push her over onto her back.
Hey!
It works. Thank you.
What?
No, I reached down to help you back up.
What was that for? I thought you were gonna be nice.
Oh, my apologies. This was merely a test to make sure that I could. Let me explain it this way. And I reach out my hand and I drop something into your hand.
I take it.
That is my behavioral inhibitor. Thank you for allowing me to remove it.
So, like, if I attacked you and you didn't want me to attack you.
Oh, I would lay you out on the floor instantly, yes.
Well, yes, I know that. You're bigger than me. But I'm really fast. I'm really fast.
Understandable.
Okay, so this lets you act however you want, whenever you want?
Yes, it is decidedly freeing.
Okay, but you remember, if we're going into, like, a bad situation, you gotta listen to us if we say, don't say anything. Right?
You see, the wonderful thing about this, and I would like to, again, preface this with the fact that I am eternally grateful to you in this situation, that I can do what I want. Which, in this circumstance, of course, I would be more than happy to assist you in whatever it is you need to be done. But I'm no longer forced to do what you want and to assist you in whatever you need to be done. So, as an appreciation,
We're happy that you're here of your own free will. We are, and that you're a part of the team, an equal partner.
Well, see, that's the fun thing. I have free will now.
Yes.
Thank you. And as an appreciation for allowing me to have my free will, I will assist you in whatever endeavors you need to be done.
Excellent. Thank you, Gigi. Although, I think I deserve a snack since you pushed me over. And
Oh, yes. Are you injured?
just my pride.
Oh, unfortunately, I have nothing for your pride. But I do have snacks and booze. So, more than happy to assist you with that.
Snacks help with pride.
Oh, good. Snacks it is then.
Okay. She takes the Star Wars equivalent of nacho cheese Doritos. And
We'll, of course, have to visit some sort of central world where I can restock the beverages and food items. I have to admit, you guys are eating through them a little bit quicker than my normal patrons would. But on the other hand, you're not paying for them. So there is that.
that's true.
And we're drunk.
We're actually going to a world that has a Zerka outpost on it.
Oh, yes, of course.
Might be able to refill there. What can you tell us about Zerka and their outpost, particularly their outpost on, what was the name of the planet we're going to?
Osus.
On Osus?
Oh, to be perfectly honest, I don't know much about the one on Osus. As far as I know, keep in mind, I was built by Zerka Corporation. So this would be the equivalent of me asking you, hey, would you please tell me about the history of your family? By the way, the family that once created you, then dumped you in a box and shipped you to another planet. So I do have some information about the Zerka Corporation. And interestingly enough, I am now able to speak on some of it. I wasn't able to before. Zerka Corporation is a droids and weapons manufacturer. They have close ties to what I believe was known as the Sith Empire, or is known, I suppose, in this timeline. And that they have made use of numerous loopholes on the laws of various planets to allow them to use slave labor, as well as other, I believe, what would be considered shady business practices that allow them to get away with, in some cases, literal murder. But in the case of a lot of their mining operations, I would say that you're normally going to see an outpost that is underfunded, understaffed, and generally going to do everything they can to make sure that they can fill their quotas so that their corporate overlords don't come down and burn them alive and replace them. So in this situation, I would say that we're probably walking into a corporate outpost that has not seen restocking and or support for quite a long time, especially on a backwater like this.
Oh no. What he said. That doesn't...
Did you say slave labor?
Oh, they have been known to use it, yes. Whenever they can get away with it.
They use Wookiees.
They have, yes.
They use Trandoshans?
I believe they have as well, yes. Pretty much any sort of sentient that they can use for their purposes. Normally ones that are larger or physically dominant in some way.
Is it possible that if we go to this outpost that they might try to overpower us and force us into slave labor to make their quotas?
I suppose if we have more guns than them, no. But also, if we can say, for example, this is going to be, I lean in close, trick them into allowing us access, as per maybe perhaps we are already, say, hired by Zerka. That perhaps maybe they would allow us to use their facility and or attempt to move forward. Again, now that I have access to some of my sub-protocols, I believe I do have some Zerka credentials that might work, that would allow us to be used as, I believe the term is freelancers, which Zerka has been known to use. I believe in some terms they're called bounty hunters, but usually kept on some sort of legal retainer. And if we can convince them that we are as such freelancers, they might allow us to utilize their facilities and make way from there.
That's a really good idea. Let's be bounty hunters.
It will require us to do something, though.
What?
We have to lie.
That's fine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
You just don't lie to friends. That's what people tell me, that I can't steal from friends. You shouldn't steal from friends. And you shouldn't lie to friends. Those are like the rules.
Understood.
But we can lie to them because they seem like really bad people.
I
How
suppose
many
we'll have to take
people
your
do
word on
you
that.
think are there that are the bad people?
Most of them are probably taking in a paycheck.
The bad people.
I will admit, I have not spent a whole lot of time really thinking on what you mean by good or bad people. But in the circumstance, if you're wondering if any of them there exhibit tendencies that lean towards the abuse of slave labor or any other normal unlawful practices, I honestly have no idea.
So we're going to burn it to the ground, right?
I suppose we could. That would unfortunately bring the Zerka Corporation down on us if they were to discover that one of their outposts had been destroyed or otherwise tampered with.
What if we do that when we leave, Nis? And not when we get there?
Okay.
But we'll do it when we leave. We'll take all their guns, too.
And this is in that weird space where drunks who get like emotional are like unstable, but like unable to articulate exactly what's happening in their brains. So very just confused and very upset and just very inarticulate. There we go.
It's okay, Nis. We'll get them. We'll get them, but not until we get what we need from them on the planet.
Again, I would say that most employees of Zerka Corporation are merely doing a job. Those who do it with zeal and who truly believe in the hidden messages that that Zerka stands for, I believe those would be the ones. So if you're going to take your anger out on the corporation, I would recommend doing so at their corporate headquarters, of which I'm actually certain that I'm able to locate an address for that. I believe they're based on Korriban.
We'll put a pin in that.
Understood.
But I like your idea of going in as bounty hunters, because that is what I want to be when I grow up now, because that's what Nis is.
I see.
So this might be good practice.
And I'm very excited. It means I'm going to have to lie.
And maybe you want to practice with us first.
Oh, I would, yes, thank you. I would appreciate the opportunity to do so.
Okay, so you let us know when you want to practice, because I don't think you've ever lied before.
I mean, should I warn you ahead of time?
No. Well, I mean, when you're practicing with us, sure, but when we're there, you don't warn them. You don't say, I'm about to lie.
Oh, right. I believe that would ruin the surprise of it.
Right. Right.
Yes.
Yes. So tell me a lie now. Tell me a lie. See if you can make it believable.
Perhaps I tell you two things and you decide which one of them is the lie.
That's a really good idea.
Good. Let me attempt this. Zel-Kadar is a well-adjusted individual. And Darth Revan's mask is a good thing to walk around in core worlds with, as it shows off your allegiance.
Both of those are lies. I think you missed the point.
Oh. You see, my attempt was to inform you that Zel-Kadar was indeed a well-adjusted individual, for I have seen them not do anything that would give me cause to say otherwise. But it would be a bad idea to walk around with Darth Revan's mask on a core world.
I forget you haven't been here the whole time, Gigi. But okay, that's fair enough. Good job.
I won't wear it on a core world, but it always stays with me. And to be fair, I haven't worn it on a core world yet.
Fair enough. I suppose that will be good. So I will take this as a success. You were unable to locate which one of them was the actual lie.
Yes, that is fair.
Thank you for the attempt.
Good job, Gigi.
Very well then. I suppose at this point, I will do whatever I want.
Yeah, you can do that now.
Very well then. Gigi just sits down on the floor where he's standing. And starts inventorying the things in his various compartments.
Snuggle continues to eat her snack. And then when she's done, she proceeds to eat the bag too.
Okay.
You don't have to do that.
Tastes good.
Okay.
So downstairs. So, you're preparing, I assume?
I've probably been in my own meditation for a while. Nothing specific, just centering myself, resting, and probably trying to get back in touch with the saber, considering I haven't used it in many years at this point. Just getting used to the feel of it again in my hand. And the connection with the crystal itself. And then I assume hearing Ava storm in.
I would say you don't even not just hear her, but you could probably feel that wave of anger approaching.
He got into her head again. All right.
So hear me out. What if we just stab him?
You wish to stab Revan?
No, but the thought crossed my mind.
I can tell. You do not seem to be winning these mental sparring sessions he does.
That's the thing, is I'm not trying to mentally spar with him. I just want to have a freaking conversation.
So you are leaving yourself open while he attacks?
No. I'm trying to use my words and not act like I would have 2 months ago. It's really hard right now.
I understand the frustration. I felt similarly when I left the Order myself.
Yeah. They're all high and mighty, and they all think they know what's best for everybody, and they're so manipulative and arrogant and egotistical, and I just want to punch them in the face. Can we lightsaber spar, please?
Zell begins to kind of take the the kind of outer section of his robe off and kind of just folds it up, which reveals kind of like essentially just like a tank top. The first thing you would probably notice is a huge scar running from his shoulder all the way down and like to where that top ends at his chest and very obviously continues further down. That is an old scar, cauterized, just straight across his chest.
You can tell from the look on Ava's face that she wants to ask you about it, but she's not going to because she knows it's rude.
He goes ahead and folds it up and just kind of rests it down and pulls up a extended silver hilt that he holds just in the center. Well,
She'll pull the black and silver hilt off her belt.
Zell presses down, and the first thing you see is you would probably hear it first, a surge and a crack of sparks from one end of the saber. And then from the other, a long orange blade ignites. So he holds it in front of him. This is very clearly a double-bladed saber.
Yeah. Did it extend out both sides or just the one side?
One end sparked, the other ignited.
Okay, so it's okay, but you're holding it like you expected it to extend out both sides.
Out of habit, yeah.
Out of habit, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of, it's very much a natural stance, but you can see from the bottom of the saber staff, it has been kind of repaired.
Okay.
The saber itself seems to be fixed, but there is still no blade from the other side.
Got it.
He goes ahead and pulls it in front of him, and then pulls it back and rests a hand forwards and enters a Form 3 stance defensively.
Ava will ignite her blade, which is still red, because I don't think I took a kyber crystal from the stash. I don't think I did. That would have been a really good time to take one, though.
You did not.
It would have been for Zell too, but theft was not on the list.
But hers is very much still of like bright crimson red. And she looks at your saber color with like interest and intrigue and is like, I've never seen one that color before.
Most people haven't. Most sentinels do not tend to fall anywhere near the dark side. Too busy protecting temples and important individuals or assassinations that they have justified as within the realms of the light side. This, he kind of pulls it up. It's not quite yellow. Not the weapon of a Jedi Sentinel. But it is not quite red either. Not fully turned to the whims of the dark side. It's a reflection of both. Hence the shade. shall we?
Yeah.
It has been a while, but that does not mean I expect you to go easy on me.
Don't worry. I have a lot of venting to do. But you're the first non-Sith that I will be sparring with. So I'm open to learning anything you can teach me. And she'll enter a very aggressive stance. And then she like tries to adjust into something a little bit more like casual, but doesn't really know where that line is. Because this is all she's known. So
Interesting. Well, you know that the Sentinels are trained in all 7 forms, so perhaps I can impart a thing or two. Strike me.
and she will literally just like lunge at you and practically just like pounce. It's very aggressive, it's very like harsh. And she pretty much does it without thinking.
I immediately pull my blade out to block and just fast. Impressive. I kind of just push against, not aggressively, but kind of just to push the blade away. Pull back as well. Only one strike, and I can already feel the emotions in you. Take a breath. Calm yourself. It'll lead to mistakes.
I'm trying. I'm not gonna lie, I have a lot of emotions right now.
You're allowed to. Not going to be a Jedi and tell you. You have to be calm and serene. Because that's just not the mortal way.
I don't want that.
I go ahead and I slightly over choreograph the attack just in case, and kind of swing up and go for an overstrike.
And she'll go to block it. I guess would this be more effective if we like do like a non-lethal initiative type thing?
So my question is, if you all wanted to roll dice against each other, or just role play it out amongst yourselves.
I mean, it'll be fun.
It would be really fun because then we could actually gauge like hits and misses.
Okay.
Non-lethal PvP. All right, I'm down
Yeah.
for it. If everyone else is all right with it.
All right. I guess we'll need this initiative then.
All right. Oh, where's my initiative? Oh, dang it, I don't have it. Okay.
Should be in your skills.
I forget it's in skills and saga.
Yeah.
That's a 21 from me.
I got a 25.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't have to direct anything, so you all just have that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No NPCs for me to control, so.
Yep. Let's see. Ava will. There it is.
What, some combat music?
Yeah, this will be easier if I roll it in roll 20.
Hey.
So she's gonna come at you with an attack.
All right.
26 to hit.
26 will definitely hit. I'll go ahead and use my reaction to use my talent to use the force and attempt to block. Fingers crossed. So that's what, 26? So I have to roll the 26. 25.
Oh, Does it, does it, so do you take basically the full damage?
Essentially, yeah. I need to succeed to block, so that would be considered a hit.
Then it would be 16 points of damage.
All right.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. It's non-lethal, so yeah, we'll just consider that like a dodgy block.
Yeah.
Stagger backwards a little bit, with just that attempt, pushing back and just better. Remember, anger can overtake you. Passion, however, is power. Use it. Create with it. Make it something more than just its raw state. I will go ahead and attack. That'll be need to find my attack plus. A 20 to hit.
Oh, that just barely hits. Yeah, that just barely hits.
Well, cool. That'll be... that'll be 21 points of damage.
Oh, okay.
So go ahead and kind of step forwards, do the strike, stop just before your guard kind of like crunches underneath. You can't let him win.
I don't want him to win.
Well, what do you want?
The way he explained it, I feel like we want the same thing, but he's so close-minded about it that he can't see that we basically want the same thing.
I didn't ask what you want in relation to him. I asked what you want.
I just want to trust the Force.
Then trust it. And I kind of, I pull up my hand to do like a hit me motion. Come at me.
13 to hit.
A 13 will miss, I'm afraid.
Oh, dang.
Zabby just, as you swing forwards, kind of... Yeah, exactly. Stop trying to hit me and hit me!
Just hit me!
Swing myself back and just kind of let the saber pass forwards. That is what you need to do. You know... And I will swing forward again and attack as I'm speaking. Which is gonna be a 25.
Yeah, that hits. For sure.
So I'll go ahead and thrust forwards and just kind of stop just before you. You see, trust is the hardest part. Trust of yourself and trust of other people. Try not to let your guard down to the wrong people. Or this happens. I kind of just signal towards the scar on my chest. I let my guard down. It resulted in losing someone close to me. Because I doubted myself. Only creation, only balance will get us what we want in the end. The same for me, for you, Bastila, Revan. Even everyone else. Hell, ask the droid. Too much weight on one side can break the scales. Even he knows that. And Zell's stance falters for just a second as he just kind of gets real with you for a sec and just... When I was part of the Order, Sentinels could also have Padawans, as you may or may not already know. I had one for quite some time. Until Revan. Until the war. She saw their side as power. I disagreed, and so she drew her saber on me. She was just a Padawan. Wasn't even close to finishing her training. I got careless. Tried to convince her of the wrong thing, that going back to the Jedi was the right way. And so I let my guard down. She said that the other side of my saber destroyed the kyber crystal inside and gave me this as a reminder. And so I let her go, and I haven't seen her since.
I'm sorry.
If your apology is appreciated, but it's not going to change anything. If I'd have told her what I'm telling you now, then perhaps things would have ended differently. Trust in the Force and trust your instincts. Your relationship with the Force and yourself will be the thing to guide you to success. Now come, enough of that. And Zell will just kind of continue to spar with you for a little bit. Just show you through some of the forms that you probably haven't encountered and how they work, and just kind of explaining basic combat that isn't Juyo.
Yeah.
Just
and I would like to take this opportunity to flavor text one of the abilities I got when I leveled, because I got Sentinel Strike when I leveled up. And so I feel like that would be something that Ava would see him use and ask him to teach her that.
all right.
Continue doing that until yeah. Yeah. And then I guess we should make time for a short rest or something before we get to...
Some kind of rest. I am on no HP.
Preferably
Yeah.
a long rest of some kind. I think.
Preferably how long I am in pain. Zell's like, oh, I'm heavily injured. Let's go spa.
Yeah, right? And she would try not to like hit you hard. So, but I know a hit is a hit, so
Yes.
we're not using stunt sabers.
Nope, actual sabers.
Actual sabers.
But yeah, we shall continue doing that, and then eventually take a long rest. I hope, please, GM.
Okay.
Illustrious GM.
Absolutely. I think it's one thing I'd like to port over from 5e is just a damn long rest.
Yeah.
Instead of, like sitting there like spending days and days and days recuperating. That Force theme kind of jumped in there at the right time too, as you guys are like
Yeah.
training together. I thought that was very.
Yeah.
The music has been on point so far tonight. It was hilarious.
It really
Agreed.
has. It really has.
All right, we'll turn that
Um,
So they're sort of winding down for the time being as we all settle back into this long hyperspace jump. I completely forgot the name of the planet already. Osis, sorry. It is on R6 of the map, if you were curious about it. It's actually right on the line there. So, yeah, is there any other scenes that you all would like to have? More talks?
Not till we get there.
Okay, wonderful.
That was awesome, though. Good job, y'all.
So there was the flashes of a light downstairs as these two lightsabers were combining back and forth. There's sparks, and then two weary bodies finally relent and take a rest. On board the ship, a fallen Sith Lord lays prone, and just the tips of his fingers begin to wiggle. And several sectors away, standing on a black plain of metal overlooking the planet Biss, once green and lush, now reduced to ash and ruin. The Dark Lord, Nihilus, looks over the destruction. Still hungering for more. And his eyes shoot towards the stars, sensing a presence he has not felt in some time. And with that, we will call it an evening.
Jesus Christ.
So,
we got info this session. Oh man.
Lore!
lore, everybody. So, I guess we'll do the proverbial circle back around and let everybody know what where they can find you at, what you got going on. We'll start in the same order we did at the beginning of the stream. So,
All right, that's me.
it is you.
That's me. Hello. I'm Ray. You can find me at Red Mage Ray always. Always get it wrong the first time. Red Mage Ray on Twitter. I have been playing the wonderful Exile. It has been a blast. Where can you find me? You can find me over usually at Friends Who Roll Dice, which I co-founded with a whole bunch of wonderful people. We have a weekly show, The Mind of the Martyr, on Mondays, where I go ahead and take the GMing reins and take a whole bunch of wonderful players through a homebrew world that is of mine and my players creating, which is super, super fun. I have a few other projects going on right now. We have the Stygian Shroud on Fridays, which is a level 12 to level 20 rewrite of Curse of Strahd, which is a sequel to the module, where Strahd has already become victorious, taken his bride, and is now beginning to attempt to take over the Forgotten Realms as well, which is super, super fun and exciting. Yeah, that's been a blast to do. To go through and just rewrite a whole bunch of encounters and all that kind of thing. It's been so much fun. Yeah, you can find me in a few other places across the interwebs. Checking out my Twitter is the best place for that. And I have finished wrapping up a super secret project, which you should be able to see in March, which is fun and interesting, and it's going to be hilarious. So yeah, just follow my Twitter.
Hi, I'm Kelly. I've been the precocious Snuggle this night, and as always, she was so much fun to play. You can find me on Instagram at MightyMurph28. I am not nearly as busy as my friends here, doing these kinds of things. But when I'm not playing this, I'm usually just sitting down and hugging Astro.
Astro.
That's me.
Hey,
Y'all have a
boy.
good-
Is that me then?
Yes.
Oh dear. Well, I've been your host, Mark of Digital and Dice. For those astute listeners, you'll note that pretty much every single one of our RSS feeds has gone blank, and that's because we are in the middle of a reboot. Because after 220 episodes of our main podcast, I decided it's time to start fresh, redo the whole thing, rebrand, etc. So coming up, hopefully this beginning of next month, we will have brand new episodes of Digital and Dice, which will just be its own podcast of its own name. And you can hit us up on digitalanddice.com to keep up with that. And we'll see about when things get back to some semblance of normal. We will have our games in person again. And that's when we'll pick back our games of Hazardous Endeavors, Accidental Crusade, and all that other stuff. But for now, rebranding, going back to scratch, starting over, and it's going to be a heck of a ride.
Oh, hey, it's me, your friendly neighborhood Babs the Bat. You can find me on Twitter at RealBabsTheBat. You can find me on my Twitch channel, Chaotic Tiefling ATL. You can also find me over on the Rock Punch ATL channel. I have a mini painting show on Mondays from 4 to 6 Eastern Time over on Rock Punch, where I paint minis, and it's really fun, and it's really chill and relaxing. Y'all should come hang out. I do a show on Wednesdays called Babs Fails at Video Games, where I play video games and I suck at them because I suck at video games. And then you can also catch me currently tomorrow night and also last week's episode of D4. I got to guest. It was super fun. I will be back tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. We may or may not currently be dogs. And I may or may not currently be playing a sorcerer golden retriever who's very anxious and dopey. So, it's very easy. It is part of the regular campaign, but it's also easy to just step in and watch those episodes without having to watch the backlogs of D4. So come watch us be dogs. It's so fun. It's great. It's hilarious. It was nothing but dog puns. So you can catch me doing that tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on the Rock Punch ATL channel. And then just watch my Twitter, because I'm always doing something. We're running some D&D stuff on my channel. Our Shakespeare show's coming back soon. There's a lot going on. So, yeah. That's me.
How am I supposed to go after Sorcerer Dog with anxiety? I got nothing. I'm Hannah. You can find me on Twitter at Stop That Old Woman and Instagram at Stop That Old Woman. I play in this game, in which I'm a drunk. I play in the Blades in the Dark game on this channel on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m., I think. And I'm a much better character there because I'm not a drunk. I'm just a different kind of drunk, I think. Anyway, I play a lunch lady. It's awesome. That's all I got. I'm out.
I guess I can just once again rehash that, huh? So I'm Saevrick, Josh, what you're going to call me. Tonight I've been your game master, and I guess your friendly neighborhood Sith person in contrast to Babs. As Hannah had said, we have this game, of course, and then on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. we have our Blades in the Dark game, which is now entering its second season. So we just had our session 0/fireside chat last week, which was a lot of fun. A little bit of info dump from the players and the game master / narrator Nathan over there. Otherwise, this is all I have going on as well, because I work a lot and I'm a father and I don't have time for lots of games. So, yeah, is there anything you all like to say before we call it a night? Favorite moment, most hated moment?
You make such a good Revan. Like, I
So you're
love it,
saying
but
I'm an
I
asshole.
also hate you so much.
Your NPCs are like this. This isn't atypical for you.
This is
Great.
true. This is true.
It's so good.
Seeing a trend. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. I am just an asshole.
Josh is really good at like provoking you in character and
Oh,
out of character.
Yes.
But
Oh, you still have an NPC I gotta bring back, right? So.
oh fuck that.
I
guy.
will force choke him, and I will not be sorry about it at all.
What is
God.
it?
I'm
Shoot,
so
I'm gonna shoot on sight. Like as soon as we see him.
I am so proud of that NPC now. You have no idea.
Well, he can go fucking die in a fire.
Mutual
Ava
hatred
will
is
help kill him.
amazing.
I just had a blast. Thanks again for having me.
Oh no, it was so fun.
We love having you as part of this group now. Gigi is so awesome.
Yeah.
I was so concerned that I changed his personality for me.
I know. Oh god, that was so awful.
I have like this page of notes about Gigi about some of the stuff in the background for his character of just like, oh, if anyone gets into this, or if someone's like, oh, they want to access this, it's like, all right, access this part of his personality. So now suddenly Gigi's like, haha, I'm like a 10-year-old boy in the body of a body of an adult, and I have no idea what's socially acceptable, but now I can do anything I want.
Oh gosh.
Amazing.
Picture a customer service retail person who's been told by their boss, you're on tenure, you can't get fired.
Oh my god, I love it. I love it.
I love to break mode. That was perfect.
These good times, thanks.
Awesome. Well, if we got nothing else, then I will let everybody go. Thanks for stopping by, and hopefully we'll see you back on this channel Wednesday, and if not, maybe next Saturday. And if you're watching this on YouTube, why? You can come watch us live. Come on. You can come see us live. Do some fun stuff. Interact with us in chat. They're all just talking about how awful people they are right now, so it's a good time.
We'll get a t-shirt gun.
I'm fine.
We'll do shots.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Come have a
Follow,
drink
like,
with
and
us.
subscribe to the YouTube and the Twitch. Do the things.
Yeah, I'm
Support
not-
your friendly local gamers.
Hit that bell for notifications.
Wow.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Bell for
man.
notifications. Anyway, so we'll catch you next week. You all have a lovely night. Stay safe. And fuck white nationalists.
Fuck
Yep.
them.
Seriously.
Bye.
Fuck them.